Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am going to be sharing 4 family meals that we have eaten this week. I do just want to apologise because some of the footage that I'm going to share with you is a little bit darker. I feel like since the clocks have gone back here in the UK, when I start to film our evening meals, it's super dark, but I have just invested in some new lights. So from now on, my content will be so much brighter. I really hope you like the look of all these meals. As always, I'll list all the quantities and ingredients down below in my description box. I'll list them to feed 4, so if you have more or less, just adjust them to suit yourself. Thank you so much for watching as always, and let's get cooking. For dinner tonight, we are going to be having a lemon chicken dish with some rice. So what I've got in here is some rice. I've got some chicken fillets here. These are boneless chicken fillets from the butcher's. Salt and pepper, oil. I've got 2 lemons. I'm going to use the juice of these. Some honey, oregano, and then I've got lazy garlic here as well. So what I'm going to do to make this is I'm going to cook it in my Instant Pot. So I'm just going to, first of all, just brown off my chicken. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil into my Instant Pot, put it onto the saute setting, and then pop my chicken fillets in there, and like I said, just brown them off. Once those are browned off for a few minutes, you're then ready to add in the rest of your ingredients. So I'm going to wash out my rice really well. I wash it about twice just to make sure I get off any excess starch from it. And then once that's been washed, I'll pop that into my Instant Pot where my chicken is already. I'm then going to add in some oregano, 1 heaped teaspoon of garlic, and then I'm going to put in about 3 tablespoons of my honey, and then I'm going to juice both of these lemons. I'm going to juice them into a cup first of all, and then add the juice in just to make sure I don't have any pips. Add a little bit of salt and pepper along with 200 ml of water. And then I'm going to pop my Instant Pot lid down, lock it, and pop it onto the saute setting just for 15 minutes. After the 15 minutes is up, you are then ready to serve. So I just like to get a big ladle and pop a couple of ladles of my rice down, then some chicken on the top, and then a squeeze of lemon to finish it off. So for dinner tonight, we have got these garlic butter pork belly slices. I just got these from the butcher's the other day, and then I popped them in the freezer and got them out this morning. They look delicious. So I'm going to be cooking these in the air fryer. And then to go with those, I'm going to have some baked potatoes and some runner beans. And then we had some little homemade pizzas for lunch today. So I've just got a little bit of cheese left over that I'll put into the potatoes. So what I'm going to do with the potatoes, first of all, is I'm just going to cut little crosses in the top of them, and I'm going to put them in the oven. I always like to cook my baked potatoes in the oven just so they get a really nice crispy skin, and because I would sometimes cook them in the air fryer, but because I'm going to be cooking these in the air fryer, I don't have enough space. So these jacket potatoes will go into the oven on 200 degrees centigrade for about 50 minutes. Once there's about 20 minutes left, I'm going to get the pork belly slices into the air fryer. I'm going to cook these on 180 degrees centigrade, and I think they're going to need about 20 to 30 minutes. I'm just going to kind of do it and see how long they take, but I'll write on the screen here how long they did actually cook for in the end. When there's about 5 minutes left to go, I'm just going to cook up my runner beans. So I'm just going to pan fry them in a little bit of butter, and then everything is ready to put together. So we'll have a jacket potato, a knob of butter in the jacket potato with a little bit of cheese in there, then some pork belly slices on the side, and a good handful of runner beans too. So tonight's dinner is going to be a lentil dal. I did actually want to add some prawns into this, but I forgot to get them from the shop. So you can actually add chicken or prawns or anything that you fancy in here, some tofu if you would like, but I'm just going plain lentil dal today. So what I have done in here, I've just blitzed up quite a few different things to make my curry paste. So I have got some garlic paste, I've got lemongrass, I've got some cumin, some paprika, salt and pepper, and then in here I've got garam masala. I've also put in 1 vegetable stock cube and some water, and then a really generous nub of ginger too. I've just blitzed that all up, and like I said, this is my dal curry paste. I kind of just make it up every time I make a dal to see what I've got in the cupboard, but I'm going to list everything that I've used and the quantities down below in my description box. Then I have got some red lentils here. These were dried red lentils. So what I've done is I've just washed them out about 4 times, and then I've been soaking them in some water too. I have got some green lentils in water here, which I'll drain. I've got coconut milk, I've got some chopped tomatoes, and then I've got some rice. So because this is obviously like a lentil dal, that's the carby part of it. But the kids really like to have some rice with this as well. So I am just going to make a little bit of rice on the side. So to make this recipe, what I'm going to do is just heat up some oil in a pot, and then I'm going to put my dal paste into the pot and just sort of heat that through to let all the nice fragrances come out. Once that's heated through a little bit, I will then add in my 2 lots of lentils, so my dried ones and my drained tin lentils. I'll then go ahead and add in my coconut milk, my chopped tomatoes, and a little bit more salt and pepper before giving everything a little bit of a mix around, and then just popping the lid on and putting this on low to simmer for about 20 minutes or so until your dried lentils have cooked through. While that's simmering away, you can then just make some rice up on the side, and then it's ready to serve. So to serve up, what we like to have is some rice, then the lentil dal over the top, and then I've got some mango chutney, which we like to just sprinkle on the top. For dinner tonight, we're having like a baked chicken dish. I've never actually made this before, and this is a recipe that my friend told me about. She says she does it all the time and it goes down a treat, but I'm hoping I've remembered it right. So what I've got here is 3 chicken breasts. I've just sliced them up a little bit, and then I've popped them into this baking tray. I've got 2 tins of Campbell's soup. These are condensed soup. I've got a mushroom one here and then a chicken one. I've also got 1 veggie stock, and then I've got some salt and vinegar crisps, I'll explain in a minute, and some rice. So like I said, what I've done is I have just sliced up my chicken and popped it into a baking tray. I'm then just going to pour both of the tins of soup over the top and then crumble my veggie stock in there as well. Mix everything up before crushing my crisps, and then I'm just going to scatter those over the top. So it's going to give the dish a nice like sort of crunchy top. Maybe you could use breadcrumbs with this as well, but this is just what my friend told me that she uses. I'm then going to pop this into the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes on 180. And while that's cooking in there, I'm also going to then be cooking up some rice on the side. After it's been 25 minutes to half an hour, your chicken will be cooked and your rice will too, so it's then ready to serve. So you just want to put some rice down and then ladle your chicken on top. So those are the 4 recipes that I wanted to share with you today. I really hope you like the look of them. I love it when I hear if you create these recipes at home and what you think of them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!